Well, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm having a lovely afternoon because I've been asked to read some stories, and you might know this one. The story's called Zog, and it's a lovely book by Julia Donaldson and Alex Scheffler. Zog. Madam Dragon ran a school, many moons ago, and she taught young dragons all the things that dragons need to know. And Zog, the biggest dragon, was the keenest one by far. He tried his hardest every day to win a golden star. And all the dragons in year one were learning how to fly. "Hi," said Madam Dragon, "way up into the sky." And now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own, and you'll all be expert flyers by the time you're fully grown. So Zog went off to practice, flying fast and free. He soared and swooped and looped the loop and crashed into a tree. Just then a little girl came by. "Oh, please don't cry," she said. "Perhaps you'd like a nice sticky plaster for your head." "What a good idea," said Zog. Then up and off he flew, his plaster gleaming pinkly as he zigzagged through the blue. And a year went by. And in year two, the dragons learnt to roar. "More," said Madam Dragon, "louder, I implore." And now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own, and you'll all be champion roarers by the time you're fully grown. So Zog went off to practice. He roared with fearsome force. He kept it up for hours and hours, but then his throat grew hoarse. And then that girl came by again. She said, "Oh, what rotten luck. Perhaps you'd like some nice, soothing peppermint to suck." "What a good idea," said Zog. Then up and off he flew, and breathing fumes of peppermint, he zigzagged through the blue. And a year went by, and in year three, the dragons learned to blow. No, said Madam Dragon. "Breathe out fire, not snow." And now you've been shown, you can practice on your own, and you'll all be breathing bonfires, right, by the time you're fully grown. So Zog went off to practice. He blew with all his might. He twirled around in triumph till his wingtip caught a light. Just then the girl came by again. She said, "Oh, you poor old thing. Perhaps you'd like a nice stretchy bandage for your wing." "What a good idea," said Zog. Then up and off he flew, his bandage flapping wildly as he zigzagged through the blue. And all the year four dragons were learning. Can you guess? Yeah? "Yes," said Madam Dragon. "You're learning how to capture a princess. And now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own. You'll need to capture hundreds by the time you're fully grown." So Zog went off to practice. He tried and tried and tried, but simply couldn't manage. "I'm no good at this," he cried. "I'm no good. I'll never win a golden star." And then just then he saw the girl. Perhaps, she said, "you'd like to capture me. I am actually Princess Pearl." "Wow, what a good idea," said Zog. Then up and off he flew, the princess gripping tightly as they zigzagged through the blue. "Ah," said Madam Dragon, "our first princess so far. Congratulations, Zog, my dear. You have won a golden star." Well, Zog was proud and happy, and Pearl felt good as well. She took the dragon's temperatures and nursed them when they fell. And a year went by, and in year 5, the dragons learnt to fight. "Right," said Madam Dragon, "here comes a real live knight." Up spoke the knight. "My name," he said, "is Gadabout the Great. I've come to rescue Princess Pearl. I hope it's not too late." Zog breathed fire and beat his wings. "You can't. She's mine," he roared. "Oh no, she's not," said Gadabout, and waved his trusty sword. The other dragons crowded round and watched them all agog. Who was going to win the fight? Sir Gadabout or Zog? And then Princess Pearl stepped forward, crying, "Stop, you silly chumps! The world's already far too full of cuts and bones and bumps. Don't rescue me. I won't go back to being a princess and prancing round the palace in a silly frilly dress. I want to be a doctor and travel here and there, listening to people's chests and giving them my care." "Yeah, me too, actually," exclaimed the knight, and took his helmet off his head. "I'd rather wear a twisty stethoscope," he said. "Well, perhaps, princess, you'll train me up," he said. And Pearl replied, "Of course. But I don't quite see how the two of us could fit upon your horse." Then Zog said, "Flying doctors? Yeah, I'd love to join the crew. If you let me be your ambulance, then I can carry you." "Well, bravo," said Madam Dragon. "What an excellent career." And all the year 5 dragons gave a loud, resounding cheer. Then Madam Dragon told the horse, "I really hope you'll stay. I'll let you be my pupil's pet and I'll feed you loads of hay." "What a good idea," said Zog. Then up and off he flew, the flying doctors waving as they zigzagged through the blue.